This is Lynn Shay, and you are listening to the Horror Squad podcast. Turn it up loud.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Horror Squad podcast. This is episode number 430, where tonight we will be talking about 1985's The Stuff. Have you eaten the stuff? I haven't. Steve, have you ever tried the stuff? I hope
No,
not.
but I have
Do you have a prop for it? Yeah.
replica. Yeah, of
Nice.
this both as I have one for my like a Christmas ornament, and I have one that's just like one of
Awesome.
those little
The
jars. So from
carton, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Larry Cohen used to sell them like on his table when he would do
Oh really?
cons. Yeah. He and they were supposedly screen used, which I don't know why he would lie about that. I'm sure I mean, there were
There's probably
millions
so
of them.
many.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. But a movie I have not seen since my teenage years. But Steve, this was your pick. What made you pick The Stuff of all things?
Really, because I stare at that like jar a lot. It's it's like in my field of vision when I'm walking to the bathroom. So I just figured I'd put it in a vote. So this time about being voted in by our listeners, I put up three movies that I wanted to do at some point, which was the Grudge remake, Signs, and The Stuff, and people voted The Stuff. So figured let's do it.
Excellent. Todd is going to be just a few minutes late, so he will be on very shortly. So it will be full squad this week, so don't worry. Movie club. I know movie club, Steve. I think the movie has been selected for
Yeah,
this month, correct?
yes. So this one was curated by our friend Zach, and people picked a movie called The Convent from 2000. I've never even heard of it, to be
Never
honest
heard
with you,
of it. No.
but I looked it up on Letterboxd. My friend's rating's 3.6 out of 5,
Very
and it
nice.
looks fun. I mean, the picture they showed as their like background is a dog with green glowing eyes. So I'm in.
Well,
Plus nuns. I mean, you can never go wrong with nuns. So
no, no.
and Adrienne Barbeau.
Goosebumps-esque.
So.
Oh, Adrian Barbeau. Very
Yeah.
nice.
So I'm definitely in.
The dog with glowing eyes reminds me of a Goosebumps cover with the dog. I forget the name of that book, but it was a dog with red glowing eyes. But
Yes.
very cool. And there's Todd. He has joined us, looking handsome. Haircut? Did you get a haircut?
No, I got it a couple weeks ago. You just never pay
Oh,
attention.
okay. Well, I wasn't here last week, so maybe that's why I
Typical,
missed it.
you get a free pass.
Thank you.
Steve didn't say anything though.
Oh,
Uh,
Steve.
He's a big old meanie.
yeah, I was
No,
staring at your chest,
I
not your.
noticed.
Oh,
I noticed.
low cut shirt I'm wearing today.
Right.
There
Ooh,
you go.
very nice. Update. So we're literally a month away now until the premiere of our movie, the final episode in Salem. So we are gonna ramp up talking about that even more than we have been. If you'd like to come, there's still some seats available. All you gotta do is send us, an email or a DM, and we'll get you on that list to join us for the screening. But I will say seats, I mean, we're getting up there as far as capacity. So if you are thinking of going at all, I would definitely reach out sooner rather than later. If you can't, of course, this screenings at Cinema Salem in Salem, Massachusetts for the world premiere. And then very shortly after that, we are going to do a Discord screening. I assume it's probably going to be for Movie Club that month, Steve, in May. And then shortly after that, it'll be hitting some sort of streaming platform. We haven't really figured that out yet, but we will let you know as soon as we know all the details regarding that. But it has been submitted to some streaming platforms, and we'll see what happens. So,
Or
oh, or,
or you can buy a
or.
Blu-ray.
True. Yes.
hmm Blu-rays are
Which,
loaded,
what's
baby.
the details on the Blu-rays, Todd? Can you give us any updates?
Yeah. So I've made 48 out of the 50 first run. So the first run is going to be numbered 1 through 50. All of them are going to be signed by us, and then I'm going to start doing the other 50 runs. So total about 100, and then after that we'll print on demand. But they got trailers, they got the making of featurette, which is super fun because we had a blast filming it, and there's a bunch of goofs, and like when Steve's gets his cheek caressed and he can't stop laughing for multiple takes is pretty funny. And I don't know, man, just come out and get it. Once we have the details of where you can buy it, we'll launch it with price and all that stuff. But yeah, Blu-ray tested on PS5 and Xbox, so I know they work. Every single one of them I test, And yeah, I just watched it on Blu-ray. It looks pretty sweet, so happy for that.
Very, very awesome. And we have some other things we're talking about as far as like autographed like memorabilia that could be really fun that we might sell and stuff like that. So once the movie gets released, we will give you more details about that for people who might be interested in buying some fun little things from the movie as well. I should also mention this weekend coming up, I will be at Wicked New England, which is a halfway to Halloween celebration. I will be hosting a panel with the Sanderson sisters. They are a drag group that does I think it's a nationwide tour. They are one of like the biggest sort of Sanderson sisters touring groups out there. I'll be hosting that panel. I believe it's at 4 p.m. Sam will be vending Halloween Happy, and there'll be a ton of other Halloween themed vendors there as well. So if you'd like to come out, it is this Sunday, April 19th at Old Town Hall in Salem, Massachusetts. So yeah, come on out if you want to check that out. Halfway to Halloween celebration. Can you believe it? We're already halfway to Halloween. Insane. And yeah, I think that is it. So, gentlemen, I think now, Steve, it is time to spill a little tea.
Let's spill it.
Oh, you want the tea? I'm sorry. We don't serve tea. Nope. Instead, you get a cup of Joe. And now here's Joe with the news.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Chuck. And here we go, your cup of Joe for this week. Let's start off with some horror movie trailers, ladies and gentlemen, because this week a few have dropped. The first one I'm going to mention, I really didn't know anything about until 10 seconds ago, and Steve mentioned he wanted to talk about it on the podcast. But apparently, Steve, there is a Night of the Living Dead remake coming. Another one?
Yeah, so this trailer just dropped kind of out of nowhere. I only watched it like basically yesterday, I guess, when they posted it, because right now there's CinemaCon, so a bunch of studios are dropping trailers. We're probably gonna miss some because at the time we're recording, most of the studios haven't gone yet. So I'm sure there'll be other stuff that'll come out, which we'll talk about the next news segment. But yeah, Night of the Living Dead, another remake. This one seems to be more of a mainstream remake as opposed to a lot of people, I'm sure, have remade Night of the Living Dead because they can. It seems to be the original story that we all know, but adding a little bit more context, like things that happened a little bit before the events of the movie, and then maybe even a little bit after. Like we see, for example, the diner scene. We know that Ben was at a diner before he went, to the house. So they show kind of that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's very unneeded. He's already remade once. I thought the first remake was very good. You could check out a review on that one. But this one, I'm not gonna lie, it looks bad. It looks bad. The zombies don't look good. There seems to be a lot of CGI effects in this, like a lot of CGI blood, a lot of CGI kills, terrible looking explosion when the truck explodes. And I knew we'd be in trouble when I saw RVD as one of the stars out of nowhere.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
Rob Van Dam for
Rob Van
wrestling.
Dam, yeah, from
for
wrestling
people who
fans.
aren't into wrestling, yeah.
Right. Not he's a good wrestler, just acting, I don't know. Like we'll see. So yeah,
That's so random.
it totally random. So I'm gonna check it out if it goes streaming for sure.
It
Not
sounds like a
something
straight to sci-fi movie
You-
with
you would
like
think,
Rob
right?
Van Dam in the main cast. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't need to happen, but yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I mean, well, I watched all the other stuff. I saw the Night of the Living Dead sequel that they did like last year. I watched the Romero, was it Tina Romero's night movie or zombie movie? So I'll check it out, but unneeded, looks bad. But I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Why touch such a classic? I mean, obviously they did it with Sabini, which you guys love that one. Well, Steve especially loves that one. It is a fun one, but man, I don't know. That's an odd choice, but
Tell you
I
why.
get I'll tell you why too. It's because the name recognition,
'Cause it's
obviously.
free.
Oh, that too, I suppose. Yeah.
Fuck them.
But yeah,
I hate it and I'm mad about it. But also, she does look a lot like Judith O'Dea, so I guess they got that going for it. Like
Yeah, I did a double
costume
take
wise. Yeah.
in the trailer. I'm like, oh shit, that's like
Mhm.
she looks a lot like Judith O'Dea.
Yeah. But
That
fuck
that's
it.
where the
is it on a
similarities end.
farmhouse?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'll
didn't even
watch
know
it,
about
but
this.
I have zero expectations. Zero.
Yeah.
None. Can I have negative expectations? I have negative expectations.
Yes.
How are you gonna feature like a zombie decapitation and it's awful CGI? Like just in your trailer. Come on, man. Ugh,
It's
I hate it.
laziness. We've talked about it several times. Um, yeah, CGI. Well, I mean, also, and now AI. They're just gonna do like insert AI stuff into these movies now too, because it's even fucking easier. Like Ben Affleck just sold his company to Netflix for fucking a shitload of money. His AI company. But that's supposed to help with like filmmakers, like with writing and stuff like that. Which still isn't
I don't
great,
care,
you
dude.
know. But
If you don't do it yourself, you're cheating. Simple as
from
that.
from what I heard, this Ben Affleck one is supposed to help with like dailies. It like helps like organize the dailies and stuff. I don't know, but whatever.
So
AI's here to
people
stay.
have literally had that job
Yeah,
since film has been a thing.
they're taking
So
jobs away from people. Yeah,
exactly, you're taking people's jobs away just to make your life a little bit easier when you're the director. You don't even see that stuff until the guy gets it ready for here's a fucking, like
Mhm.
it's stupid, man. Join a trade like Joe,
Thank you.
electrician.
Yeah, speaking
Well,
of dailies,
we need trades more than ever. Kids aren't going
Mhm.
into the trades, man. It's going to be like a
You
massive
know what? It's a huge thing at my
thing.
daughter's school. They're doing
Yeah.
trades, going back to
That's
school for it. So I'm like,
it's
dude, you got to
good.
do it.
It's good because kids are like going to college, spending all this money, and then they realize this fucking everyone else
for-
went to college for the same exact thing. So
Right. And
yeah,
having
if, I
college
mean
doesn't mean you
any
get a
young
job.
kids that are listening, get into the trades if you don't know what you want to do with your life. You know what I mean? Because
I've said
that's what I
join the
did.
military and do a trade
That
and then
too.
come out and you have much experience already.
Yeah, true that.
Mechanics, electricians. All right,
Look
we're
at
not
that.
doing
We're not
fucking
just a
recruiting
horror
videos.
we're not just a horror podcast. We're a career
Career
podcast.
guidance. Also, next segment,
Life coach.
sexual
Life coach.
health.
All right. Next trailer I want to throw out is Eli Roth's Ice Cream Man released a trailer. It was a 30-second teaser, very quick. His new company, The Horror Section, which I don't know if anyone bought into, is his pitch there he did. But I watched this one and it kind of looks fun for the 30-second teaser that they had. From what I can gather, it seems like there's an ice cream man who might like feed the ice cream to the kids, which turns them into like psychomaniacs. That's kind of what I gather from this trailer. I could be wrong. I could be right. I'm not really sure. It kind of reminded me of like another movie. What's that? That one we reviewed with Lapita, was it? Lapita or was it
Little
Lapita?
Monsters?
Yeah, Little Monsters. Was that Lapita?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that a little bit with like the kids going insane. Or they were zombies in that one. I can't remember, but
It was a zombie
Yeah,
movie.
they
I
were
think.
zombies. in
zombie.
that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
it reminds me of like a similar thing, but I don't know if there's zombies in this one or if they just have like a rage virus thing. But I don't know. Based on a little 30-second thing, I'm intrigued. Looks fun. Do either of you guys watch that one?
Not to be confused with Clint Howard's Ice Cream Man.
Yes, not to be confused. Totally
Yeah.
different movie.
I watched the trailer as you were speaking,
hmm
and the thing I'm concerned about is the large amount of cast of kids characters,
hmm
and that can go either way. Because I mean, we've all talked about like the modern kid speak, and I don't want to hear it for another half. I already heard enough in my life. So if they, I don't know, Eli Ross Thanksgiving kicked ass, so maybe he's going to be on that track record of doing good stuff because his Borderlands movie sucked asshole. So hopefully not.
hmm
Yeah, I agree. And also, kids getting crazy off eating ice cream could be a theme tonight. So you never know. Yeah, it looks fine. It's 30-second. You don't really see all that much, but it could be a fun time.
Yeah. And finally, the last one, and probably the most anticipated one, I think, for most horror fans would be the newest Insidious movie, which I believe is the 6th in the franchise. This one, I think they're calling Insidious Out of the Further. I was pleasantly surprised with this trailer. I love the Insidious franchise in general. I don't think there's really been a miss. There's been some ones that have been worse than others, but I don't think there's like a horrible Insidious movie. I've enjoyed just about all of them. And this one looks good as well. Lin Shaye, of course, is back some way somehow. But yeah, this one looks like it focuses on like a single mother with this one, and there were some cool scares in the trailer, and anytime you get the further involved, I'm always down for it. So yeah, I mean, the ones obviously without, Patrick and Rose Byrne are have been very hit or miss. So we'll see about this one, but based on the trailer, I think it looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I think this continues the tradition that also set by Saw, where they kill off their character too early, and then they're
Yeah.
trying every which way to find a way to get that character in the movie. I'm happy to see Lin Shaye, still doing it. It still looks great, and I'm super excited about it. I actually find the trailer maybe shows a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Now, thank God, it's mostly in flashes, so you don't retain too much of it because there's so much going on at once. But it does look really cool. In this one, the further it comes into the real world, and they seem to be like kind of confused as to why they're in the real world. And I think it'd be a really interesting story. I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to this one. I think it's the right direction. I think we played out, the like the family's torture and torment over, the last few films. I thought Red Door wasn't like the best of the Insidious movies. So I'm excited that they're going in a new direction while still keeping it within the established Insidious lore.
hmm Yeah. No, we'll see this summer. It's definitely something I'm sure we'll be covering. So you'll hear the review when we do it. All right. Maybe the biggest news to come out within the last couple weeks here, as Shudder has announced that they have attained the rights to Tales from the Crypt, which has never gone anywhere before since its original HBO inception. Fans have been clamoring for it. I've been forced to watch the episodes on YouTube in shitty quality. But we are finally getting the entire Tales from the Crypt series over on Shudder, and they're doing it in a very smart way for them in order to pump some extra money out of the fans. So the first season will debut on May 1st, and then each additional season will come out weekly until they are done through June 12th. So fans that just wanted to binge it will have to pay for 2 months instead of 1 month. But super excited about this, which I'm sure all horror fans are. That is, I mean, I'm definitely going to binge it all, and it'll be in beautiful. I'm sure they're going to upconvert it, to whatever HD, and it's going to look beautiful. And I mean, were you guys Tales from the Crypt
Or
fans? Did you watch them all? Were you?
or
Yes. Oh,
or
or
you can just have all the Blu-rays like I do
you can do that too. Physical media collectors, I'm sure already
for
have
life.
it. Yeah. But very cool, very exciting. And yeah. Big news for me as Lionsgate has announced a new Blair Witch Project movie, ladies and gentlemen. No details about what is going to be about or anything like that, but they have confirmed that they have hired a director for it. They have up and comer Dylan Clark has been chosen to direct, who has done Transfigure and Portrait of God. He will be directing that, which he announced via his Patreon sub. So apparently he has a Patreon. Everyone does these days. So yeah, that's all we know for now. But we are heading back into the Blair Witch mythos, which the podcast will also be heading back into the Blair Witch realm very soon. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, gentlemen, any excitement for this, or are you just like, we don't need more Blair Witch?
Ask
I'm
me-
always down for it.
Ask me again next week when I rewatch Blair Witch. Yeah, it's I don't know. I'll watch it, but I'm not like particularly excited for it. So,
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to see more. And yeah, like I said, next week we're reviewing Blair Witch, the 2016, I think, version. So
Yep.
we'll
This
see
is
how
strange.
exciting.
Unless I'm reading it wrong, this director, Portrait of God, is 7 minutes long.
Oh, short. Okay.
Transfigure is 4 minutes long.
Oh,
His next one is 5 minutes. I don't see a feature on here unless I just
Really?
didn't go
So
through
it'll
the
be
whole
his
list. So
so they maybe like they like his short, so they hired him for his first feature. Interesting.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's cheap, right? So that's
Yep.
they love
Key for a
hiring
ham
those cheap
sandwich.
directors. Maybe he submitted to film festivals. It did really
Cool.
well, and yeah,
I'd rather it be in the
good
hands
for
of
him.
a new person than just, some giant studio or whatever. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think Blair Witch is the way if you're gonna do it that way. I'm just very curious to see what they're gonna do with the script. I would love personally a period piece with like the intro to the Blair
Hmm.
Witch with like Kedward and all that. But we'll
What
see
about
where they
Rustin
go.
Parr? How would you feel about that?
That would be cool too. I'd be down for that. The Rustin
Okay.
Parr story. We kind of know where that one's gonna go, like based on all the mythology they talk about. So some people might not, but like me personally, I'm like, okay, well, I know where this exactly is gonna go. But I think it could be cool, a cool story, and be very dark. Obviously, the killing of children and whatnot. So it could be if you want to go real dark. I've just never feel the Blair Witch would has ever really done that, and I feel like they're so obsessed with like the whole fucking like filming in the woods stuff that they're like scared to get away from that. But I think it's the right way to take the franchise if you're gonna continue on with this story. So we'll see. There was some really interesting things introduced in Blair Witch, which we'll get into next week, ladies and gentlemen. So you'll stay tuned. Steve, this one's for you. As Halloween Horror Nights has announced that Jack the Clown and Dr. Oddfellow will be your ringmasters for this year's Halloween Horror Nights. That doesn't mean anything to me, but is this a big deal, Steve, to the Halloween Horror Nights fans out there?
Yeah, they're basically for a long time they were using icons every year to like kind of host the event, and Jack the Clown is the biggest icon that they've had, and they've been using him every like fifth edition of Halloween Horror Nights. So, like 20, 25, 30, and this is, I believe, 35. So yeah, I think it's pretty exciting, and it's just cool to have like someone kind of host it. He's a very demented clown. All the ones I've been to where he was there, he does like a murder show where he does like a big kind of circus show and then kills people, and it's actually really cool. And yeah, I think it's a good thing for a fifth anniversary.
Cool. All right. No updates on how any like
So
rumors
there's
on
one
houses?
strong rumor. Apparently, they had a franchise and it fell through.
Oh,
So they're going to their backup, which is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So
again, they're going back to it. Is
yeah,
it
apparently they're going to go back to Killer. I mean, it's been like, a long time
5
since it,
years or something?
at least, yeah, since the
Yeah.
Killer Clowns house. So I think it could be cool, introduce a new audience to it who probably didn't know about it. They've done the line at Spirit Halloween for the last few years, so
Yeah.
there might be some new fans and everything. So that's one. It's one of my personal favorite houses too. Just the smells alone, because go into one room, it's popcorn smell. You go to the cotton candy room, you go into it's like really cool atmosphere, and yeah, I'd be happy with that one being true. And then there are other rumors, like always, that they're going to do Insidious, kind of this one,
Yeah.
Insidious 6, which they've done for a few of them. Um, they might bring back Terrifier. I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to bring back Terrifier because it was
Did they
such a
do that
huge.
2 years in a row? Is that like a
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, they've done it
Yeah.
before, but it
Yeah.
would be like Terrifier 2,
Okay.
as
Yeah.
opposed to the first Terrifier. So yeah, I don't know. We'll
But
see.
like, I mean, back to back years.
Oh
Is
yeah.
that something they
Oh,
do
they've
that? All right.
they've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Scream 8, ladies and gentlemen, is officially in development. No surprise there, as Scream 7 became the most successful of the franchise, passing over $200 million worldwide in the box office. And they've tapped the writers for this one as sisters Lilla and Nora Zuckerman, most famous for The Poker Face, which I believe was the Hulu show with what's her face there? Natasha Lyonne. They apparently were writers on that. They have been hired to write the franchise's eighth installment. Kevin Williamson is not expected to return to direct this eighth installment. No other details as far as whether Nev Campbell will be back for this one or not, but Scream 8, ladies and gentlemen. We're heading into we're heading into passing Nightmare on Elm Street territory pretty soon with the Scream franchise. So come on, Freddy. We need another one. England did come out and say he's done though, officially. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
fans
he's like, he's making that con money,
The
dude.
fans can stop complaining about that,
Making
please.
that con money.
All right, just two more quick ones here. Jennifer Bodies 2 is apparently happening, as Diablo Cody said she's been fully unleashed by the studio to write a sequel to the original. So Jennifer's Body fan, rejoice with that one. And finally, wanted to mention this because me and Steve and Todd have been talking about it offline a little bit, but the infamous Annabelle doll apparently might have a new home as the Warren Museum apparently is making the move to Salem, Massachusetts. They have put in a request through the city council, and it's been kind of a back and forth between the owners, which is, of course, Matt Rife, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but the other guy who apparently is a YouTuber as well. He has been showing up to these meetings, and so apparently, as far as there's not much else except the town did approve a limited, I think it was a 90-day license, from what I understand, to test this museum out based for the hours. The museum did want to stay open until 2 a.m., 7 days a week, but the town has granted them till midnight as a temporary thing to see how it goes. Because most people don't know, but in Salem, for such a tourist town, closes very early. So things staying open till 12 or 2 a.m. is very, very rare around here. So there was some pushback from the locals about it being open so late. But yeah, so yeah, the Warren Museum apparently is making the move to Salem, Massachusetts, which it's never been open to the public before. Well, it's been open for like private things where the public could go and like pay like $600 for like a private type thing. But this will be the first time you'll be able to go in and see like the entire Warren Museum. So exciting, not exciting. There's been a lot of controversy here in Salem regarding it. People there are a lot of people not happy with it. I think it's cool personally. A lot of people are like, "Oh, great! It's like another thing to turn Salem into a sideshow. This should be about, the innocent people that died here." I was like, "That fucking ended a long time ago, people. Have you been to people like have this like." There's a lot of I don't know, like I'm just like, really, people? Like, are you looking around the city that ended like 30 years ago when all these goth shops and all these Halloween and horror shops moved in? This is not about the history anymore. It's a whole different thing now. So I personally I think it's a cool and it's another thing for people to do around here. So I'm on board with it. I am definitely in the minority as far as local thing go, but I'm sure Steve and Todd think it's probably you guys would go to it, right? If you were in Salem?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
that place is gonna make a fuck ton of money during Halloween,
Oh,
man. Holy
definitely.
shit.
Yeah.
And it's weird too. I understand the locals like point of view.
Yeah.
Like your guys' October is just stupid fucking busy, and I would
Yeah.
hate to live there during that time. So this is just gonna increase that. But it also brings in a fuck ton of money, right? Like the Jaws fucking mayor said, they live off the 4th of July crowd. You guys live off
Yeah.
October crowd. So it's like
Sure.
you love it and hate it, I guess. But yeah, dude, I definitely want to go see it for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's not. I want to see it. I'm gonna see it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna to book time with Joe off season. I'm not fucking going back in October. Off season to go check it out. But I will say this. Maybe I'm alone in this thought. Ever since Matt Rife took it over, I'm not a big fan of Matt Rife, but that's beside the point. I feel the whole thing, the whole lore, the whole background has like been kind of exposed or cheapened in some way.
Yeah.
There was something mysterious about the Warrens keeping this like dungeon in what, Rhode Island or whatever, and keeping it because they're like artifacts that are demons, and it was just like this whole mysticism around it. Even though we all know they're kind of like they're probably con artists, but besides the point, there was still some kind of like feeling towards it where now it just feels like I don't know, commercialized, and it just doesn't feel real anymore. So yeah, I don't know. There's a weird feeling about that, but I still want to see it. I mean, to get to see the Annabelle doll in person would be fucking rad. It just, yeah, it just feels like the whole thing is kind of over. That
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I sent you guys a link this morning, but they are They are locking. They bought like a bunch of random ass Annabelle dolls, probably from eBay or the thrift stores, and they're locking it in the Warren Museum for 30 days and then selling them. These are not haunted objects from the Warren Museum or anything, and they're selling them for like I think it's like $200 or $300, and they're just a bunch of random ass dolls that they're locking in the museum for 30 days. So yeah, I mean, obviously they're trying to make money any way they can off this. I'm sure to get prepped for this move because the move is definitely not going to be cheap. But yeah, they're moving right on to Essex Street, which who people don't know is that is the place to be. It's the main strip that the tourists go on. And they're moving next to one of the probably most prominent shops, which is called Blackcraft, that has like a giant witch
Oh,
hanging
right
from
there,
it.
huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
yep. Yeah, it's where they're did you go into the haunt? Did we go
Yeah,
into
dude, the haunts. I love the haunt,
So
man. It's so
that's
cool.
actually where it's going. The haunt is going to be replaced with
Oh
that.
man,
Yeah.
the haunt was
So
so cool
it is
though.
very cool. Yeah. They did a great job, but
Mm,
apparently that is where
damn.
the Warren Museum is going to be going. So yeah, and apparently it's going to be like they said it's like going to be like 19 different rooms or something like that. Like small rooms obviously, but I mean we went into that haunt, so it's kind of they could definitely turn it. It's a pretty big space, so they could definitely turn it into a pretty good sized museum. So yeah, we'll keep you guys updated, and when we go, we'll definitely give you guys a full breakdown on when that's opening, which I believe it's supposed to open this fall, from what I heard. They obviously want to ka-ching on the October crowds, so they'll definitely try to get that open before probably September, October. We'll see how fast they can do the build out, because we're already in May, so I'd be shocked if they're open by this fall, but we'll see. Alrighty, and that's it for horror news this week. And now, let's head in to what watched. So tell me, gentlemen, what you been watching this week?
Alrighty, so I'm going through the Omen series, because I've never seen 2 through 4. I've only seen the original. I haven't even seen the remake, and I have the set from Scream Factory, so I threw on the original, baby, from '76. Yeah, dude, I whoever cast that movie did a fucking phenomenal job. Not only do you have the main stars, excellent, but the kid that plays Damien is such a super fucking creep, little conniving, sly, his little half smile bullshit that he does. Perfect casting. Oh my gosh. Um, Guy kills it. And I was looking up all the cast, and of course, most of them have passed away, but he's still around. So I wonder if he does cons, because that'd be pretty cool. Um, but this one, essentially, if you haven't seen it from 1976, this political diplomat or whatever, he has a kid, and the kid that they have passes away at birth. The wife doesn't know that, and this priest is like, "Hey, we got this fucking other kid that the mom just passed away. Why don't you just swap the babies, dude?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah, man!" And he takes the kid and gives it to the mom, and they raise the kid as if it's their own. And then, of course, there's some nefarious shit going on with this kid. Is he the spawn of Satan? Is he the Antichrist? Watch the movie and find out. Good movie, man. The cast is excellent, like I said. The setting is cool. The gothic shit. There's some really surprising kills in here. I mean, everyone knows like this is all for you, Damien, and she fucking hangs herself in front of a child's party. The nanny does, and then you had like the evil nanny coming in and like working for Satan and shit. It's good all around. Although I do think it's a little bit too long. It's like an hour and 55 minutes, which definitely stretches it because this is definitely a slow burn film. Oh, and also I was trying to do some work at home, and while this is in the background, bad idea. The soundtrack is so loud and so over the top. It's all top, did it all. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm trying to like write emails and I can't even like hear myself think. So definitely had to turn that off. But yeah, The Omen, watched it on Blue, and I give it a 4 out of 5. And I'm probably gonna do the remake next to see how it compares to the original since it's fresh in my mind.
Ace. What was the one we watched last year or 2 years ago? That
The
one was
first
good too.
Omen
Yeah, that one's
with
good. With our
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney. Ooh, Sydney Sweeney.
no. Wrong movie.
Oh, what's
Not
wrong
really?
with me? Oh, yeah, that's right.
You're
She's
thinking of the
immaculate.
other nun movie.
She-
Yeah,
she's immaculate.
Yeah.
It was
Oh.
God. I gave her like my best actress that year too.
I can't even think of the first nun anymore though.
Yeah,
Wait,
the,
is it called the first nun? No, the first Omen.
the first one. Yeah, I don't
Shoot.
remember her name, but she was excellent as the
Well,
main.
not that excellent if you don't.
Give her best actress of the year. I
That's
just
yeah.
can't
Well,
remember her name.
Nell Tiger
That's right. Neil
Free.
Tiger Free. Yeah.
Yeah, yep,
Yep.
she was great. Okay, I'll go next. I only got one, and it's the movie you guys reviewed last week because I watched it, so I wanted to mention it. Skinned Deep. I did not listen to the episode, but I definitely want to because that movie is insane. I had like no expectations going in because the little clip just looked that we like sent or what that I had sent and it inspired Todd is like I was like, oh man, this movie's gonna be terrible. And it is kind of like a bad movie, but it's like so entertaining that I just had so much fun watching it. There was like never a dull moment. Like it was always something like insane happening on the screen. I mean, it's clearly like super low budget, but man, like I just like the writing is insane. Like this guy is fucking must have been on drugs when he wrote this thing because you just got like the weirdest fucking like mix of just characters. You know, you have Warwick Davis who just throws plates out of his back. He has like a plate launcher thing, and then when he runs out of plates, he apparently just buries them all around the area and just can find them, which was insane. And then you have probably the coolest character who's on the poster. He just sort of like this, you know, I don't even know what I would call him. Very like Mad Max-ish type thing. But he was really cool. And then you have a group of just like old biker people that show up too. It's like, I mean, you know, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, then the guy with a huge brain for a head. That's so random. But we find out, yeah, like there's a creator that creates these things as killers, and the guy doesn't have a head for whatever reason or the other. The movie doesn't make a lick of sense really. But man, my one complaint about the movie is I don't think they should have killed the family off so early into the movie and just kept us with the one final girl character. I think it would have been better had they kept the family around a little longer. But man, the movie had some great gore. I'll give it that. There's some great kills in this movie, and I think I put this in along the lines of Spookies, where if you watch this with like a group of friends and you're gonna have a really really fun time. I had a fun time watching it by myself. If I was with a group of friends, I would have had even more fun watching it. So I gave it a 3 out of 5. And that's on like a B movie scale. You know, I'm giving it, you know, some some uh some grace, I will say, rating it that high. But I just had so much fun watching it that I'm like, I would watch this again. Like, I really would, because it's just like so weird and interesting. I want to show it to other people to get their reactions out of it. So, yeah, that's Skin Deep from I think the year 2000, but it feels like such a like mid to early 90s movie. It's weird, but yeah. And I think it's the only movie the director ever made, if I'm not mistaken, too. I think I looked that up. He did like a lot of effects on other movies, and then
Yeah,
apparently
on
he was given the
Spookies.
reins. Yeah, and then he was given the reins to direct a movie, and whew, he picked a doozy.
Cool. All right, so my first one this week is continuing my year-long challenge with the Discord to review movies. I give a Discord member a movie, they give me one back. This year is Naughty and Nice theme, and this month was a naughty theme, which means a movie that is probably bad. So the Discord member that we had was our buddy Caleb, who you can follow on Letterboxd, Irish Boy 1996. And he's a big Frankenstein's monster fan, so I decided to give him something along that line. So I gave him Plankenstein, a killer surf movie. And it's got an amazing poster, as most of these 2B movies do. And of course, that means it was probably nothing like the poster, which it wasn't. He gave it 1 out of 5 stars, basically talking about how it like the surfboard looks nothing like the poster. It's just a dumb regular surfboard with like a couple stitches and like a something on its head. And he was talking about how it's like just really, really bad and not like fun bad. So just a bad low budget movie. So fortunately, he didn't like his movie that I picked. So he gave me in return a 2001 movie, which I also watched on Tubi, and it's called Route 666. or 666. This one stars Lou Diamond Phillips, Lori Petty, and Stephen Williams. Basically, the story is Stephen Williams is on the run because he didn't want to go to court to testify against a mob boss. And now the mob is after him, but the federal government is also after him because they really need him to testify. So Lou Diamond Phillips and Lori Petty are two officers who go to grab him so he can go to court the next day. Meanwhile, you also have the mob chasing them, and that leads them on a road trip adventure on Route 66. But while they're traveling through it, they find a little shortcut that's called Route 666. And it's closed off, but of course they're like, fuck it, we're going through it anyway. And they go on it, and then they're being chased by four zombie ghost characters, which they explain their background, why they're there, and the connection to some of the people in the film. I won't say much more than that. This movie's got a fucking killer cast. It's really cool to see Lori Petty, Lou Diamond Phillips, and Stephen Williams. All three of them, I think, are awesome. The movie, however, is like okay. There's just a lot of filler in this, where the agents are like fighting with each other for no reason, and there's just a lot of time where they're doing nothing, and they're just like passing the time until these four zombie ghost creatures come in, kill a few of them, and then they get a little bit further, and then they kill a few of them, and it's just like rinse repeat the same thing over and over and over again. And honestly, it's one that I'm like happy I watched, but wouldn't necessarily recommend or watch again. I gave it 2.5 stars out of 5. It was still like a decent film, and I think the actors definitely helped that rating a lot because they are all like good actors. But the story itself was unfortunately a little disappointing. But thanks, Caleb, for recommending it. And next month it's back to nice. Thank God. So we'll do have some good recommendations.
Very nice, very nice. That that title alone is pretty sick though, Plankenstein. So
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I picked it. I haven't watched it. I just gave it to him. Thought it could be fun, but how those Tubi movies are.
they got a great artist.
Great
Whoever he
artist, terrible movies.
killing it. Sharks of the Corn, excellent art. Not
Don't
movie.
you just hate fucking misleading posters? I
I
can't.
know.
Yeah.
Well, ooh, I like what you did there.
They don't know
Okay,
what I did here yet, but
yeah,
that you will.
reference. Okay, my next one is 2016's Train to Busan, which is a good one. What else may I say? It's good. Next, I'm just kidding. So this one essentially is about a father. He works a little bit too much. He's going through a divorce, and he has a young daughter, and she wants to go visit mom in this is from South Korea in a town that they need to travel to by train. It's her birthday, and he's already fucking up, dude. So he's like, you know what? Let me try to be a good dad for once, or for a change, whatever, and take her to a mom's house. Uh-oh, zombie epidemic happens, dude. Zombie outbreak. They take over the train. They take over a lot of the country. No one knows what's going on, but they got to fight and band together on this train to survive and to, help his daughter. We meet other cast of characters like the big beefy dude that has his pregnant wife with them. We got a piece of shit CEO that like, I'm important because I run a company, so everyone's life doesn't matter. You need to protect me. And then you have the train conductor and you have some train stewardesses, I think is what they're called. I don't know. And then you just have them fighting, and it's good, man. It's fucking good. I don't know when the last time you saw this movie was, but um, it's got great action. I love the characters. We got some character growth in there. The violence is good. There is some CGI issues here and there, but oh well. And you can forgive it because of how dedicated they are to making the zombies look creepy and scary. And they do a lot of cool stuff with light because they're going through tunnels and the zombies can't see well, so they start sneaking around. And then they use sound as distractions, and like the zombies all like fucking climb over each other to try to kill people, and it's fucking great. And then the characters actually make very smart decisions too. Immediately they're like, hey, we got to fight these fucking things. So they, strap makeshift armor on their forearms so they can get bit without getting infected, using weapons and yada yada yada. It's a good movie. My only complaint is that it does get a little sappy at points. I know the Koreans like to do this with with their movies, but it like cuts to like him remembering when she was a baby, and just trying to make it a little bit more sad, which we already get it, man. Like the movie's sad already with what we're seeing. You don't need to add those bits to it, in my opinion. but Train to Busan's fucking good. I know Steve loved the sequel. I hated it. I give this one a 4 out of 5, and I watched this on Netflix actually. Not,
Did
yeah,
you
so
see the animated one?
I didn't. No,
Yeah, it's pretty good too. Like
it's
if
on
you
Tubi, I
like,
think, right?
probably yeah,
Yeah,
either Tubi or Shutter or both. You know,
nice.
What's going on with the American remake?
they
Is
got
that
canned.
still a thing? It did. No.
Yeah.
Train to Boston.
It was going to be Train to Boston, then they switched it to Train to New York,
Hmm.
and then they just canceled it.
They realized we don't have a big train culture here, and they're like, all right, let's
Yeah, right.
cancel
Um,
this.
yeah,
Subway to
but
Boston, maybe?
maybe.
Ooh.
I am like interested in revisiting it
Terror on the
because,
T.
yeah,
Oh.
revisiting it because A might be my favorite foreign horror film of all time. B maybe in my top 10 of all time. Period. I'd have to see when
Wow.
we do
Wow,
that
wow, wow.
episode.
Train to Busan?
Train to Busan. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see when we do our top 10
Fantastic.
next year.
Best
It's going
zombie
to be
movie,
definitely
my
in
opinion.
Whoa.
ooh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that's
said
Strong
it.
words, Joseph.
I said it. I
You know
said
what?
it.
You're cut from the final episode, bud.
Yeah, the one thing that I'm afraid of though is when I saw Train to Busan is the first time I'd really seen like Korean type zombies. And since then, I've seen it a lot. God, I just happen to see it, like watch anytime they come out. So I don't know if they have the same impact, you know? We saw that
Well,
show, All of Us Are Dead. We saw Hashtag Alive. We saw
mhm.
there's a bunch of them, and they always look cool, but
They look exactly the same, and
yeah, that's the thing, right?
they act and look the exact same. However, I to counter that though, like these guys essentially kicked it off,
Yeah, yeah,
and kicked it
absolutely.
off with the best one in my opinion. Hashtag Alive's fucking good though too,
It is.
but it's not as good as this because this story is just fucking awesome on a train. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll have to review it one day. Maybe like next year or the year after. Anyway, so mine nowhere near as good. I watched 2026's Body Cam over on Shudder. I know Joe had watched part of it, but didn't finish it. Honestly, that might have been a good thing. So the whole thing about this is it's two officers, and the story takes place. Like all the footage is from their body cam. So they go into a house because of some kind of disturbance, and they see like a bunch of, I guess, drug addicts in there. But then something happens where one of them lunges at one of the officers and he shoots him, which also kills a baby that he was holding. And the rest of the story is the cops trying to like get away with it in the best light possible, because obviously they're gonna have to report it at some time, and they don't want to be, lose their jobs, go to jail, and everything. So they're trying to set it up in a way that made it look more like it was some kind of accident or something like that. But as they're doing that, there's something not right with the place. They might have awakened some kind of demon, and then it becomes very culty. There's like other drug addicts from the area that get involved, and they go to different places, and to try to help them, like a psychic and someone who could apparently like alter body cam footage. And yeah, it's just become this whole like kind of big story of these two trying to survive this demon thing, and also trying to look, I guess, good to the cops because they killed that first person. I think this is, and I've read in a few reviews, it's basically like a VHS segment but stretched out way too fucking long. I think as like a 15-20 minute short on VHS would have been fucking amazing. But goddamn, they just stretched this thing so thin that by the end of it, you're like, okay, like I'm over it. They're not introducing enough to make it interesting the whole time. They're kind of just going in circles with locations. There's a lot of things that just feel a little like okay, I don't know, that doesn't seem realistic at all type of thing. There are some pretty cool like special effects, makeup effects, and like kills and stuff like that. However, and this is a slight spoiler, so if you don't want to hear it, fast forward like a minute, but it's not a big deal to be honest. So there's a demon that comes in at the end, like I guess the demon that's doing all this. No joke, it looks like a fucking PS1 character, and it is so off-putting and so bad that it completely derails the whole movie. Because the whole movie is about all these drug addicts, and they're almost like zombie-like at times, and other times they're kind of catatonic, and they're pretty creepy. Like it's a creepy movie. But when that fucking thing comes on screen, you're like, God damn, what the fuck is this? Like, who approved this? It looks that fucking bad. Like, it's bad. Ruins the whole movie, to be honest. Is it worth a watch? Maybe, if you have really nothing else to see, but I wouldn't rush out to see it. That's for sure. So I give it 2 out of 5 stars. Probably what it was like a 3 until that fucking thing came in at the last minute there. Lost a full star because of that alone. But yeah, Body Cam 2 out of 5 stars. Check it out on Shudder.
All right. Well, I won't be finishing that then. All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. And now,
Find a picture of that demon. Though. It's worth it
All
to
right.
see how fucking bad it is.
I
I'll
did.
send it to
It's
you guys
pretty-
after.
It's pretty rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. And now, Todd, it is time to bust out the book. Is it heavy yet? I don't know. You tell me.
No, I can handle it.
All right. Thank you.
I got
Oh my,
it.
look at that. Scores for trivia, sir.
Yes. Q3, Steve 3, myself 1, Joseph 0. Let's
Zero?
get it. 0. We've
Not
only played
fair.
once. This
Cheater.
cheater. How can you cheat and get 0 though? You
I'll-
cheating.
I'll go first.
All right, what you got?
All right. It's been a while since I've done this because I've been relying on the Book of Kayla lately.
Oh.
So this is back to my questions. So this is going to be a IMDb parental guide
Oh.
where we start with some sex and nudity. No,
Both?
Question mark?
just nudity in this
Okay,
case.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
The sheriff catches someone reading Hustler magazine. A
Happens.
picture
Classic.
in the magazine with nude female breasts is shown briefly.
Ooh, I like those.
Moments later, the same sheriff confronts a woman in a bathtub taking a bubble bath. Her bare breasts are seen at
What is the
least
sheriff doing?
2 times.
At least 2 times.
Yes.
So someone's looking at Hustler and someone's looking at someone's taking a bath. Okay.
This sounds very 80s to me, Bulls.
Very good. Very
Violence
good.
and gore. A man and a woman are seen hitting a tree on a motorcycle and crash. The woman survives and has little blood drips from her head.
Oh, that sounds really
Oh.
familiar.
The
Might
woman
be.
survives, you said.
Yes.
Okay.
This is written horribly. Whoever wrote these are like I'm like correcting the grammar in my head as I'm reading them. Profanity, very mild, if any at all.
Good.
Pretty
Yeah.
rare for alcohol, drugs, and smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Pipe tobacco smoking,
Happens.
and this is 100%.
That's something you don't see anymore these
No,
days.
that's true.
It's a lost art.
Yeah,
pipe
I know
tobacco.
one guy my whole life who smoked a pipe.
Same.
It was your
Yeah.
grandpa, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's
no,
my
it wasn't
uncle.
actually.
He was very old though. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like you just don't see it. It smelled good, honestly.
it
Better-
did.
better
Yeah,
than
his
cigarettes.
house. Every time, like that's like his house smelled like that. Like
Yeah.
it was the most distinct smell. Mhm.
Friendly intense scenes, and this is easily the giveaway. Like you need
Okay.
to need quick on this one. Cannibalism, murder, the ending duel with the chainsaws might be intense, but not real graphic.
TCM 2?
Wrong.
Mm.
Okay. Hmm.
TCM 3.
Wrong.
Oh shit.
I'll give you guys one more guess, and I will say not TCM.
Okay.
Dual
Dual
chainsaws.
chainsaws. Dual chainsaws. A sheriff. Hustler.
I was just gonna say Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You already said.
Dual chainsaws, huh?
Yeah. Well,
I feel like
we-
you don't got that. You don't got it.
no.
Nah.
Chainsaw fights are no, it's not that because there's no boobies in that one.
They're pretty rare, but
They're very rare.
They are.
Lost art, just like the pipe smoking.
you guys give up?
I do.
Yeah.
It's part of my food theme this week, and it was Motel Hell.
Nah.
Farmer Vincent.
Yes, there's a
He's got the
really
meats.
epic chainsaw fight at the end.
Probably one we should review at some point.
I agree.
Okay. Cool. All right. My first one comes to us from the Book of Kayla.
Oh, Caleb.
Kill it.
Thank you, Kayla, for sending in your trivia as always. Match the tagline to the movie. You guys we're always great at this, so let's see if we get it.
Fantastic.
Don't talk to strangers.
When a stranger calls?
Nice.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Damn it.
I thought you got it. That's a good guess. Don't talk to strangers. The strangers?
Incorrect. It is a movie we have reviewed.
Oh, well,
Scream?
Oh.
Incorrect.
God
He
damn.
said, He said, why'd you say, though? Don't talk to strangers.
So it's a movie we've reviewed. We've actually reviewed multiple movies in this franchise.
Wow. Don't talk to strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't bite your friends. It's a little message from Yo Gabba Gabba for all the kids out there.
And it's based off of a novel. And that's all I'm going to give you guys.
Based off a novel.
Don't talk to strangers.
Don't talk to strangers. Multiple reviews of this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
You sure it's not Scream?
It's not Scream.
I know. Okay.
Is it Fear Street?
No.
No? Okay. I don't know that.
I don't think it's real. It really. It's.
So.
I will say it's not a great tagline, if I'm being honest, but I guess it makes sense. It is Black Phone.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah,
Well,
no, I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I guess the grabber is like
He doesn't talk into anybody though.
well,
just
he brings
steals
people to
Amy's-
his van. Yeah.
Yeah, in the
but that's
first
not-
one,
No.
he talks to him.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, I think
I guess him.
their version of it that's because of the phone, right?
Yeah, I think so. I guess. No.
Kayla. Okay. Let's see here. Let's talk about The Omen a little bit. See how much you guys remember that.
Not much.
Not much,
But we'll see.
Okay.
The original, yeah.
I
No.
watched 2 years ago too. With
The original. When Damien and his mother go to the zoo, they are attacked by what animal?
baboon.
Correct.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the one
Also
thing I
except-
remember.
Also except monkeys, because I don't know if
Rat
they're baboons or
monkey.
not.
You know, I think it was.
Sumerian rat monkey.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have we ever reviewed that?
Dead
No,
alive?
Brain Dead?
I
Dead
think we.
Alive?
No, we never.
Oh, we should do that one too. Then.
That's there's a lot we need to. Here we are doing like skin deep.
Hey, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was an unexpected movie. All right. This is another movie we reviewed, so you need to be quick on it. How many levels are there in the platform?
311.
Wrong.
No, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a
It's a
fuck
lot.
ton. Is metric fuck ton an acceptable answer?
Is there 666?
No,
No.
wrong. You would think though that would be a thing, right?
Yeah.
No.
It's a question in one of my book that I just edited. I just don't remember what it was.
Is it? Can I
Um,
one more
Yeah,
guess?
one more guess each.
333.
Correct. It was
Bitch
666.
asshole.
It's 666 prisoners in
Yeah.
333 levels.
Nice.
You
You
were on the right path, but
Mhm.
You little butthole.
Thank you. Is it back to me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Guess the movie based off of the IMDb information. This movie was released in the year 1982 with an R rating, clocking in at 1 hour and 17 minutes.
Oh,
Categorized as B horror,
Mm-hmm.
slasher horror, and teen horror.
Oh, teenies.
Currently sitting at a 5.6 out of 10 over on IMDb with a Metascore of 51 out of 100. Director Amy Holden Jones. Cast Michelle Michaels, Robin Still, Deborah DeLiso, and Gina Hummer.
Hummer. Ooh.
Ooh. I'm sure she heard that one before.
Yeah, I know.
Tagline. Close your eyes for a second and sleep forever.
And receive the Hummer. Oh. Close your eyes for a second and sleep forever. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's
all we got?
That's
all
all
we
you got
got?
for now.
Zero idea.
Zero idea.
Close
All
your
right.
eyes.
None.
Oh yeah.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, this one will be the dead giveaway, if you know it. Tagline. You bring the pizza, I'll bring the drill.
Driller Killer?
Incorrect.
Oh, Slumber Party Massacre?
Yeah.
Correct.
Damn
It
it.
is
I
Slumber
should let
Party
you go with
Massacre.
it, then I would have thought.
Yep. Ha ha ha. Your speed.
Yeah.
Betrayed you.
We had the same idea.
You did.
Rest in peace, right? Didn't that guy pass away? The
Chad
killer?
Valet. Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
one actor I left out because I knew you guys would have if I said that, and I
Yeah.
have a feeling you guys would have known that right
All right,
away.
Steve, pick a word, any word.
Let's go with hotel.
Hotel. Ooh. 17 examples of hotel. In the novel version of The Shining, 1977, what chases Danny Torrance outside the hotel?
Animals, like the grass animals.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Landscaped animals.
Yeah,
Yes.
which is so fucking ridiculous.
It's so fucking stupid.
All right. What is the name of the chef in the menu?
Ray
Oh.
Fiennes.
Not the actor.
Exactly.
The
That counts. Damn it.
character.
Old Nick.
I do not remember that
Really?
at all.
It's like
His
2 years
name?
Yeah.
I know. You know how we're so bad with
Yeah, I
characters.
know.
Chef Fiennes.
No,
I don't know.
I don't even know how to give you guys a hint on this one.
Does it rhyme? Give us a rhyme.
uh, Presswick?
Chedwick.
No.
Chef Chedwick. No? Dang it.
No.
Dickwick.
No.
Oh,
You give up, Joe?
little Dick Wick
Plays with his prick.
Don't
Mhm.
the smell
The
just
smell
make
just
you
make you
sick?
sick.
Nah,
So,
I give
no.
up.
I hate that song.
It was Chef Slowik.
Slowig. No,
Slowik.
no.
Do you?
No, yeah. Does he die in that movie?
Yes,
Does he?
in the fire, I think.
Oh.
Does
Or
he? I
kills
thought he
him-
got
or did-
away.
Did he? I
Does-
don't
oh
know.
no,
It's-
he does die in the fire.
Or does he shoot
yeah.
himself?
I can't.
It's been a
don't
while.
remember. It's
John Leguizamo.
Yes.
All right.
okay. Back to me.
Yep.
All right. 3 letterbox reviews. Can you guess the movie?
Try.
It had been a while since I saw this, so decided to revisit. This is definitely an important film in horror history, but was never one of my favorites. The story is a bit too unbelievable. It's also a very difficult movie to watch. The editing could be tighter, but it's a low-budget film by an up-and-coming filmmaker, so it's understandable. It's
Oh,
definitely
I know what it
memorable,
is.
though, and they
Stop.
do a great
One
job.
sec. It's the last house on the left.
It is, and that's Steve's
Dang.
review.
It's my review. So.
This fucking guy, man. All right, Joe, pick a word, any word.
Let's go with puppet.
Mhm.
Nice. 14 examples. Can't use that one because that's in the. Okay. What ancient civilization is a secret method of giving life to the puppets in the Puppet Master series from?
Aztec?
Incorrect.
They is mentioned in the sequels, I assume.
Yeah, probably.
I'll get one more.
It's been a
guess.
minute. The Mayans.
No.
Mesopotamians or something.
No.
Shit.
Joseph.
The
They-
the Toulons.
No, the correct answer would be the Egyptians, guys.
Oh.
The Egyptians. Come on.
Isn't Mesopotamian Egyptian?
No, I don't know. But Egyptian
No.
is the right answer. So no.
All right.
All right.
That's
All right, is that it?
Yep.
Steve with the big night 3 to Joe and I's 1, which brings us to Steve in a commanding lead of 6 to my 2 to Joe's 1.
Oh, we got some hip hop
Oof.
locos coming. If I keep this up.
Oh,
Gosh,
It's not like you watch them
sucks.
anyway.
true.
It's been
Very
Oh
months.
yeah, you have don't you have 4 to watch still? You
Three now.
Something no, I think I watched them all.
Yeah,
I
right.
think I'm good. I'm good. I'm caught up.
All trivia questions on the 3 movies that you need to watch. 2 of them are even good. Like it's not even.
Why do the hip hop
Yeah,
locos?
I
steal
do really want to watch
drugs?
Society. So.
And Vordelak. I think you'll like Vordelak.
Oh yeah,
Vordelak?
Vordelak.
Vordelak's good, man.
I
Yeah.
know. I think Joe
Oh.
would love it too. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good.
All right. I'll watch them sometime
sure.
when I have time. Okay. Where are we at? We're into our main event of the evening now, which is 1985's The Stuff, directed by Larry Cohen and starring Andrea Maravici, Paul Sorvino, Danny Aiello, Garrett Morris, and Michael Moriarty as our goofy little cop man, David. Is that what he is? Is he a cop? I think so, right? Or something? Private investigator? I don't know. We'll get into it. Plot. A delicious, mysterious goo that oozes from the earth is marketed as the newest dessert sensation. But the tasty treat rots more than teeth when zombie-like snackers who only want to consume more of the strange substance at any cost begin infesting the world. Interesting. I never tagged them as zombie-like, but
Not even close.
we'll get into it. Todd,
Hmm.
let us know a little bit more about the most delicious dessert of all time, the stuff.
All right. Well, we open on a snowy landscape where this elderly gentleman does what we've been told from childhood not to do, is lick something that's on the ground. He goes up to it. It's not jizz, it's bubbling. And he's like, "Oh, what's this?" And puts his fingers in it and licks it. Who does that, first of all? Secondly, they turn it into a fucking multi-billion-dollar corporation, dude, and they call it the stuff, and they're fucking harvesting it from the earth. What the fuck is it? I don't know. We can't really test it, but let's eat the motherfucking thing. Jump forward a little bit, and we meet this kid who he goes down for a little midnight snack before he gets his ass beat by his dad. And he sees the stuff moving on its own in the fridge, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And of course, he tells everybody, and they're like, "Dude, you're fucking high, man. Get the fuck out of here. The stuff is legit. Eat it for breakfast. Eat it for lunch. Eat it for a snack." In fact, his dad just had some. It's fine, you little fucker. He goes on a rampage at the grocery store, having a blast, kicking over displays, busting over windows, and just causing a fucking ruckus. Meanwhile, these other food organizations who are like, we're not making money. This stuff is outselling everything. What we got to do? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna hire this little sleazeball, excuse me, named Mo, who's like this industrial investigator slash saboteur, where he goes into these companies and like steals their secrets and shit. Hey, Mo's got to be in prison, guys. I think that's pretty highly illegal. But they hire him to do this job. He starts trying to figure out where the fuck the stuff comes from, what the ingredients are. He meets this chick that is like the marketing person who, is in charge of selling the product, and he convinces her to help him. And he meets this guy that's the CEO of another company that's investigating it too, named Chocolate Chip, right? Is that his name? Chocolate Chip?
Chocolate Chip Charlie?
Chocolate Chip Charlie, there you go. Based on the famous Amos guy. Rest in
Yep.
peace. And yeah, so we follow along as the kid and Mo and his girlfriend and everything else. They start investigating together, and then there's like, government agents, and there's killer things going on. And is the stuff an alien? Is it a Mother Earth virus? Is it
We
what
don't
the
know.
fuck? I don't know.
It's never explained.
Never
Really.
explained. So I think there's a pretty cool movie in here. But I fucking hate Mo, man. I hate him from the very beginning. As soon as we're introduced to him, he's just a sleazeball. He's very slimy, right? And I guess he plays his part perfectly. It's goofy. The plot with the kid is kind of all over the place, but it does have its charms. I do enjoy the movie, but I think it can be a lot better if it had some editing and some, I don't know, some direction.
Yeah, I had not seen this movie in a very long time, like since I was a teenager, when we definitely rented it at the video store just based off the cover, because it's a very cool cover for this movie. Yeah, man, I didn't like it as much as I remembered on this watch. I will say that. Like you said, Todd, I think there is a good movie in here somewhere, but it just kind of gets lost with like it's not really a horror movie like to me. Like it's very dull. All the kills are very underwhelming, except for the end. Chocolate Chip Charlie's kill is kind of cool, but clearly I feel like this movie's intended mainly for its sort of social commentary on, which actually is even more relevant today than it probably was back then, which I found to be the most interesting aspect of this movie. I love all of the fake commercials that they did, and all sort of the fake sort of advertisement stuff for the stuff. I think that's the best part of this movie, but it just drags to me, like especially in the middle, with just there's like nothing that happens with the stuff for a very long time. And there is some very there. I mean, there's a couple of cool moments with the stuff, but it just to me it just felt way too tame, and I just wanted more. I wanted more like craziness from the stuff when it got unleashed, and it just never got there. Like it, it kind of reminded me of the Blob a little bit, but the Blob obviously is way better. The remake anyway. It reminded me of that. So yeah, it was cool to see Garrett Morris here. A Saturday Night Live legend, a comedy legend, which I thought was great as Chocolate Chip Charlie. And he is a great character, but he fucking disappears for 80% of the movie, like, which is a bummer because he was one of my favorite characters, and then he just sort of disappears. One interesting fact I read actually was that it was originally supposed to be Arsenio Hall, but the studio wanted someone more recognizable, and apparently Garrett Morris was more recognizable back then. So I thought that was an interesting tidbit. But yeah, it has its moments, but ultimately, I just don't see myself really revisiting this one like after this watch.
Yeah, so yeah, it's funny. I agree. There's a better movie in here, and I think that better movie is They Live. It's just a guy who slowly uncovers this kind of like alien thing, and in this case, it's more like about consumerism, and They Live has a whole other thing going on with it. And it's just there's too much focus on things that are boring when the focus should be more on the stuff. Like the stuff almost takes a back seat at times, which is unfortunate because that's the most interesting part of the movie. Like I wish we saw more of the stuff like in other people's houses and how is it affecting other people and how it's like the obsession is growing in society. Like people are, going everywhere and it's selling out and people are wanting it and it just touches on it once in a while and then like pulls back and does this stuff with executives I don't give a shit about and Mo's like relationship with the advertising people, which like I don't really care for that. I like Joe. I love the advertisements for this stuff. I like the little commercials they put in once in a while. I like seeing people at the store like obsessed with it, and even like the family stuff I thought was more interesting because you're seeing the stuff in action. I do find it funny though that this kid, who by the way, like, my God, this kid's awesome. He's got fucking A-Team curtains. He's got Star Wars bed sheets. He's got Star Wars in the bathroom. Like this kid is like the kid of the '80s, you know. However, he sees it move briefly at 2 a.m., probably sleepy as shit, and based off that information alone, goes on this like crusade to destroy everything at a fucking store, and all this stuff. I thought that was really hilarious, but yeah, it's fun but not as fun as it should be. And there's also this whole thing where is it a comedy or is it serious? And they kind of delve into both, but not enough, like to really pick a lane. And yeah, I don't know. There's just too many ideas that don't work. But still, I mean, it was a fun rewatch. I'd seen it like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, I really disliked the army getting involved too at the end. Like, I
Yeah, I
don't
thought it
know.
was fucking stupid.
It just really like just added to sort of the like I don't know, just like cliche, but also boring as well. Like, and Paul Sorvino being in here is so fucking random, but like clearly before he sort of took off into his sort of mob phase of being sort of a legendary mob actor, but yeah, I just did not love that sort of angle they took with and then like I mean I know I'm like jumping way ahead in this movie, but I really do not buy that people would have immediately believed this sort of message and then revolted against the stuff that quickly, especially if like the majority of them are brainwashed. I did not buy that they would immediately revolt against the stuff and burn it and stuff like that. Yeah,
No, no
it just felt
chance.
way too convenient.
Yeah, you see how the world reacts to like stuff now. There's
Yeah.
no way they would have fucking done that. But I thought the army thing was stupid too, because it wasn't even the army. It's a fucking like militia that he had dirt on. And he's like, will you come fucking invade this factory? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll kill people. And like, what the fuck? Um, but I gotta say, there's a huge safety violation in this movie where they go into this is what happens when I'm not into a movie. I start looking at like how many eggs are cracking in the skillet and then complain about it. Um, but they go into the fucking the factory when they're trying to infiltrate it right away, like the Mo and the fucking chick. And For the people that don't know, you have to have pedestrian walkways, right? They're taped off for people to walk in. Someone asshole parked a forklift with the forks across the pedestrian walkway, and they have to move around it. You're gonna trip and fall on your fucking face. They need to fire that guy, and then they move on and get the safety record back in place. But I thought that was fucking stupid. And the kid goes into a confined space in that truck, no permit, no rescue gear. And he could have fucking easily died, and he almost did when the stuff almost fucking took him over. What are we doing? And I think the better movie in here too is get rid of Mo, get rid of corporate shit, and just have it with the kid and
Hmm.
his life. And then it
Yeah.
gets bigger, and maybe Mo can come in and like as a bad guy or something. Maybe the corporation can come in as a bad guy, but I think cut out all the investigative bullshit, cut out chocolate chip and all that crap, and I think you contain it a little bit, and then you have like the whole town kind of turning on him because he's like the only one that doesn't eat it or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. I like it. Like I like just like the Blob, like have it attack the
Yeah.
town. You know what I mean? Like I think it would have been I agree, would have been a better movie for sure.
Um,
But what is the stuff? Like, do we think it's alien of some kind?
The
I
alien
assume it
come.
is. Like, I assume it's some sort of alien species, but
Well, I would have loved, I was so hoping for it. But if they go into a room and it was just an alien's dick and they were just milking it, that would have been so fucking funny.
it would have been.
Speaking of the kid, I gotta ask you guys, maybe I missed this. How did Mo know that this kid that's running down the street is like anti-stuff? Like he just
I seen it
happened
too. Get in.
to... Yeah, right?
Okay.
How do you know
Jumps in.
that though?
I think he heard about the grocery store rampage.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
so he
think
just saw a kid running down the street. Like, that must be the kid.
that's the kid.
Yeah.
He must have
Here's
been, he was on the
he
news.
straight
He
up-
probably got arrested,
he
right?
straight
For
up
That's
kidnapped
destroying the
that fucking
store.
kid. Like,
Well, here's the thing too. Yeah, he kidnaps him, right? But then they forget about him. Like they leave him in the plane and they just fuck
Yeah.
off. Like, dude,
we
you
have
got this
another
kid.
adventure to do.
Yeah,
Just
we're
stay
gonna do
with
our
these
own thing.
strangers on the plane, please.
Yeah, they go to a hotel, they get their thing, they get their freak on, and Mo's just like missing, or not Mo, the kid's just missing. I'm like, they don't even fucking care.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about the whole family, like I like the family scene where they're like all like obsessed and they're all eating and stuff like that. All I could think about during that scene though, and watching him, is that how many fucking spoonfuls of that shit did they have to eat during filming? Because
Yeah.
if you watch it, they are
It made it.
constantly fucking eating it. Like,
Yes.
and that's just what we see on camera. Can you imagine all the takes where they're fucking just downing this whatever? And I don't know if it's yogurt or ice cream or
I think it
whatever.
was
But
vanilla ice cream and some of the
God
takes.
damn, they must have like just puked their brains out after this.
I will say they make the stuff look delicious though in this movie.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I was like, dang, I
I
would
wanted
be
some.
eating this stuff too. Yeah.
Here's another complaint I have about the characters here. Like the girl, she's in marketing. That's what she does. She sells stuff. She has nothing to do
I
with,
don't like her character at all either.
I
And
don't either,
it
but
seems
she had,
really pointless in this movie.
well, that's my point. Is like she has nothing to do with the good and bad of the company. She doesn't know the ingredients. That's not her
Mhm.
job. Her job is to be like, hey, here's a brand new T-shirt, sell it. That's what she did. Here's a brand new food, sell it. And she goes on like the news, like, I lied and I sold. Bitch, no one gives a fuck. You're the marketing person. Shut up and go make another commercial. And she's going on there like she's fucking like cut off the queen's head or something. It's like that serious. Like, bitch, shut up, get out of here. I hate all the characters in this.
It's like they felt like they needed a love story angle for whatever reason, and it just like was just seemed so unnecessary. And apparently there were scenes cut, like a whole like love scene in the hotel room or something like that. Which, interestingly enough, they apparently filmed that hotel room scene like on a upside down set, the same one as the Nightmare on Elm Street Tina death scene, from what I read on IMDb trivia. So I thought that was kind of a cool little tidbit when the stuff attacks, which is probably one of the coolest scenes with the stuff attacking. I just wish, yeah, we needed more. We needed more brutality from the stuff, and it's just never happens in this movie.
I have a question. Why did the gas station attendant keep pushing him to use the fucking bathroom?
It was crazy, right? He's like, it's all clean. I just worked on
Like,
it.
dude,
You
I
want
don't need
use
to
the
take a
bathroom?
shit.
Yeah, no.
He's like, I got new towels, bro. Like, no,
It's the
dude.
fucking opposite, man. Have you ever worked in a place where you have to clean a bathroom? You don't
Yeah.
want anyone to ever go in there for the rest of their life. Like, it made
Was
no
he trying
sense.
to kill him, or was it just a weird story beat?
It's a weird story beat. I think
Okay.
maybe they cut something that
Huh.
made sense, but yeah, it was weird.
How does Chocolate Chip Charlie get like taken over by the stuff too? We
Infected?
know, yeah, we don't. he just shows back up and he's been infected. Like, are we to believe? Because he was supposed to go and find out. So are we to assume that like they force fed it to him or something like that? Like when he
It's
went,
really the only
like
way, right? Because he was
yeah,
or,
suspicious.
or they put some in the diner, like in his coffee or something, because
yeah,
they say they don't
they
have
like
any stuff,
sabotaged
and
him.
it shows that they have like a whole fucking like locker full of stuff in the back.
But also, it doesn't make sense because, well, we don't know the rules of the stuff, but the kid was eating it before he saw it move because everyone's
Probably,
fucking
right?
eating it, right?
We
So
would
why isn't he
think.
fucking
I
infected?
think you have to eat like after a certain amount. That's when
Mm,
it sort of. You could probably take a couple of bites and you'd be okay. I think it's when you start overindulging in it, like or
okay.
over consuming it. That's when it sort of takes over your brain. I assume it goes into your brain.
Have you guys ever had Jiffy Puff? I think is what it's called.
G
It's like
fluff,
marshmallow.
fluff,
Is that what it's called? The
fluff.
marshmallow
Yeah,
The
fucking
fluff.
whatever.
yeah.
The
Yep.
fluff, yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. Yeah, the
Hmm.
fluff. It's very
I
popular
I
here
had
in
it
New England.
like a year ago and it was awful. Like,
I like
uh,
fluff, but
do
it's a
you?
New England
What
thing. Well, with popular fluffernutters is what people make
fluff?
here, which is fluff and peanut butter mixed
Oh,
in a
that sounds
sandwich.
kind
It's
of good.
delicious. Yeah.
Yeah. I personally like the gore in it. I just wish, like you said, there's more of it. I liked every time that they like smacked someone's head, their head would like cave in and stuff would come out of it,
Yeah.
and it was gross as fuck. I just wish they did it more. And
Hmm.
you're right. I think that motel scene is probably like the best. It's really, really cool. And yeah, Chocolate Charlie's death. Holy hell! I mean,
It's awesome.
that was crazy. It just really, yeah.
Hmm.
But my favorite moment in the movie, and I actually laughed out loud at this, is at the end when they go to make the stuff. I guess it's like a restaurant based off the stuff. They make it explode, but they clearly also hit the KFC and McDonald's next door,
Yeah.
which I don't know why did they like, they actually branded those.
Yeah.
I don't think McDonald's and KFC approved for their stores to get fucking blown up either, but I thought that was so random. It just made me laugh. It's
Mhm.
fucking dumb.
And they set up for a sequel with the black market at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone,
And the
someone they get
taste,
the
they try to
yeah,
like rebrand it.
yeah, yeah.
I thought that was
Taste.
funny.
Ugh.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same yeah the same flavor
The
as
stuff doesn't
this.
sound good though either. Like,
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
they could have called it anything but the stuff.
Yeah,
The stuff.
it's not a very deep movie. It could have
No.
been. It really
Well,
could have
I
been.
That's a
mean,
trend lately.
it
Yeah.
is. I mean, it is deep if you get into like the
Yeah.
social commentary of the consumerism and like how we're essentially
It's
being
funny,
lied to.
you're almost word for word saying
I
what
know.
your character says.
I
Yeah,
am.
in all of us.
The
Yeah.
consumerism and all. It is about the consumerism in all of us. But no, it is.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
It's about no, I mean, but it's true, right? Like it's the social commentary about how we're being lied to about what's being put in food.
I
Like,
love how you're just living the final episode now. It's fucking amazing.
I mean, but it's true. Like that's what this movie is truly about.
Oh boy.
It's what Larry Cohen wanted to,
Yeah, he didn't want it to be a horror movie,
no,
which
no,
it suffered for.
it's a warning,
Don't eat
essentially.
white
Yeah.
shit from the ground.
Two last notes I wanted to talk about. Number one, the green screen was so fucking awful when
Oh,
it would
yeah.
show up, like in the tanker when the kid's being attacked by the stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
so
that looks bad.
clearly him in front
Yeah.
of a screen. It's like
Yeah.
really, really, really bad. And the other thing is the score. I fucking hate the score in this movie. It is
I don't
so
even remember
bad.
I don't
anything.
either.
I don't
Oh,
really
it-
barely remember
I was
it.
like paying attention to it just
Yeah.
because it was so freaking. It felt like I guess an '80s military comedy. They like spoof ones. Like Hot Shots or whatever.
Mm.
It works for that, but man, did it not work for this one. It was just awful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think that
That's
pretty
all I
much. Yeah, same. All right.
I
Well,
do like when they force feed the guys at the end. As
yeah,
characters.
yeah, that was cool.
And how they
I like
slowly
that.
He's
get
like
obsessed
adopted
with
the
it,
kid or
and then they're
something.
like, yeah, you
Oh,
don't, yeah,
it's fucking weird.
you just claimed him.
Yeah.
I watched this on
This is my
YouTube.
Gibbs.
I watched this on YouTube, by the way. The entire movie
Really?
is on YouTube
Why?
for free. Yeah,
It's on a bunch of services.
I don't remember. I think I just Googled it real quick and it showed
Hmm.
right up on YouTube, so I just clicked on it.
I started it on Blu-ray,
Hmm.
and then I went to another room, watched it on Prime, but then I fell asleep because it was really late, and the next day I watched it on Tubi. Like I just like, but yeah, it's all over.
You got the
Nice.
Arrow Blu-ray, Steve?
Sorry?
Do you have the Arrow Blu-ray?
No, it's not the same as yours. I'm not sure. I'd have to check.
Nice.
It's one of the old, like, like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
All right, cool. All right. Well, all right, let's get into rating it then, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. It's fun. It has its fun moments and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, I just think it's pretty dull. Like it's just I just wanted more just pandemonium from the stuff, and unfortunately we don't get it. And for a movie called The Stuff, I feel like that's just something that can't be forgiven. So yeah, 2.5 out of 5 for me.
I'm right there with you. I think there's some good stuff in here. I do like the gore, like Steve mentioned, and the characters suck, man. Mo can suck it. The kid storyline doesn't make any sense. No one's looking for this fucking guy. I don't give a shit about the marketing girl. Like, shut up, you're not that important. So I give it a 2.5 out of 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just slightly higher to 3. I enjoyed it. I'd watch it again in 5+ years, but it just it could have been so much better. Just a little bit of rewriting, a little bit more focus on certain things, more stuff, more kills. This could have easily been like a 4 and a movie that really says something, whereas in this one it just touches on things that doesn't really go anywhere, and that's unfortunate. So 3 out of 5.
And what do our friends over at Letterboxd have to say about this one? Currently sitting at 3 out of 5 over on Letterboxd. Have you guys seen Larry Cohen's It's Alive series? That's something I specifically remember
Got 'em all,
the
yeah.
cover art, but I don't think I've ever seen one. Is it worth diving into?
It's better than The Stuff, yeah.
It is. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Alrighty. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention his jokes about Mo. He's like Mo because I like Mo
I like
money
Mo
or whatever.
When I see
Yeah.
Mo money, I gotta
Yeah.
have Mo. Shut up, Mo. He also calls every woman pretty. Like, dude, you're fucking creeping everyone out.
He's a
And his
the woman's
obsession with
ladies'
sweaty
man.
palms.
He's like, that's a sweaty palm.
That's
There's
sweaty
a
palms.
sweaty
Yeah,
palm.
that's a sweaty palm. You got a sweaty
Bitch, do
palm.
your job, dude.
Also, interesting enough, Mira Sorvino's first ever movie,
That's right.
uncredited.
Where was she?
Apparently, she was apparently working in the factory.
Jennifer
as a
Aniston,
background.
Mac and Me kind of situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Background actor in this one.
Very
She,
good.
she was probably just being like babysat. Like, you're in.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed our review of the stuff. Next week, we kind of already said it, but what are we doing, Steve?
Yeah. We are watching the last because we've reviewed the other 2 in the series for now, apparently. We're going to watch 2016's Blair Witch, which is a requel, I guess, in a way, in that whole thing. But I'm looking forward to it. I've only seen it once when it first came out, and I'm eager to revisit it and discuss it. So it'll be a fun one.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys remember when that first got announced? It was a movie called The Woods.
Yes,
and it
I
was
do
like this
remember.
whole, they had a fake trailer for
It's on
it,
my
like that
book,
they
yeah.
actually played in movie theaters and everything. It was really cool. And then just like, I forget, did they announce it at Comic-Con maybe? That
Yeah,
it was
one
like,
of the
gonna be
big
a Blair
cons.
Witch movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that was probably one of the coolest marketing things that's been done in the last decade.
That and Cloverfield both did it around the same time, where they
Yeah.
were pretending to be other movies and then
Yeah.
revealed that it was actually part of the series. But yeah,
Yeah.
I wish more movies. The problem with movies is that, man, far in advance.
Yeah.
It's very rare to surprise people with movies. Apparently, other than Night of the Living Dead, because no one saw that shit coming. But yeah.
No. Alrighty. Well, Blair Witch for next week. I'm not sure where that's streaming, but it's got to be streaming somewhere or the other. Or
Physical media.
yes, of course, you
mind.
physical media collectors everywhere. But all right. So Blair Witch from 2016 for next week. That should be a pretty interesting discussion because that movie has some interesting stuff going on in it. On a quick look, it looks like it's on HBO Max and also Hulu and Amazon Prime, maybe. So yeah, check it out for next week. In the meantime, you can keep up with the podcast, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads. Just search the Horror Squad podcast. You can email us anytime, the Horror Squad podcast at gmail.com. But of course, the absolute best way to keep up with the podcast is our Discord, totally and completely free to join. It's linked over on our Instagram, or you can send us an email and we'll get you a link to join the Discord movie club hosted by Steve every single month over there, as well as a ton of other things to talk about horror and non-horror things with your fellow horror fans. It's a lot of fun. Also, don't forget we have merch, tpublic.com, the Horror Squad podcast. You can buy final episode merch over there, as well as a bunch of Horror Squad podcast designs, t-shirts, pillows. There's shorts now, which are pretty cool. I'm going to have to pick some of those up for the warm weather this summer. Fanny packs. They got everything over there. So go on over to our TeePublic. It's linked on our Instagram as well. And movie premiere May 16th in Salem, Massachusetts. Hopefully you can make it out for that. And 5-star review on your favorite podcast app if you haven't already. That helps the podcast. Or just spread the word. Tell a friend. Tell your mailman. Hey, you ever heard of the Horror Squad podcast? You like horror movies? They talk about horror movies. And that's it. Gentlemen, ladies, thank you so much as always for listening, and we will see you next week for Blair Witch. Bye.
Bye.